Got a new weed eater today. Other one's having problems. It's quite a few years old. It's done the trick. Got the SRM-2620T Echo. The other one I've had for I think about 5 years, and it's done really good, and it finally kind of went out on me today. I'm gonna work on it, see if I can fix it, but it'll be good to have a new one of these. So let's get it ready. First things first, this is way too high up for me. I like it down here. So we're gonna change. Looks like it's a T27. I don't think we need to take it all the way out, just loosen it up. We'll loosen both of them up. If you were to take it off, there's an arrow pointing down. That's the direction it goes. Let's see. See, I like it pretty far down, but we can put it right about there. All right, now we're in business. A couple more things to do. I'm not a big fan of these. They get in my way. If you don't want to chop up your boot, you should leave it on there. But yeah, I like the string to get a little longer than that. So to take it off, we've got to remove the head. Need a screwdriver. There's a hole, an indentation in the cover, and then if you got to line that hole up, you stick the screwdriver in there. And then you can turn the head off. And it wasn't hardly on there at all. So, all right. That's the Speed Feed head. This is a Speed Feed 400. It came with the 095 line, but I'm gonna change it to the 105 line. So this thing here, we're gonna want to keep that piece, okay? And see how it goes on. Alrighty. Now we've got to remove these 3 bolts, same size as before. Get a little extender. We're gonna have to take these ones all the way out. I like to loosen them up and then just spin them loose. All right, I'm gonna hold on to it here because it's about to fall off. There's this little metal piece that holds the guard on in place. We're not really gonna need that. And then the guard comes off. I will go ahead and put it back on. So that way I don't lose it, I guess. Because someday we might want to put the guard back on. We'll keep all the pieces here. Let us know what you think about taking the guard off or not taking the guard off. I think there's a fair amount of people that like to take it off, and there's a fair amount of people that say you shouldn't take it off. I like taking it off. Those things get in the way. This is the piece that you have to line up to get the screwdriver in. See, you got to turn it until it's there. And you can put your screwdriver in there. And now it won't turn. And you just spin this on. You spin it opposite. Usually it's lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, but this one you spin lefty-tighty, righty-loosey. And we're gonna get it tight. Tighter than it was. Spin it the right way. So yeah, when you go to try and take that off, if it's not coming off, it's because you got to spin it the opposite direction. You'll whenever you have this in here, you got to pull it towards you to get it to go loose. So pull it towards you. It's you got to turn it clockwise to loosen it off. Reverse thread for these Echoes, anyways. All right, another little thing I like to do, because I say I'm not the biggest fan of the .95. I like the 105. So we'll take this head off. You just push those two things in there. Those two little. I'll put it back on real quick to show you. One on each side. You gotta push them in on both sides. Pops out. Alrighty. Then there's this piece here that comes out. And the R goes in, okay? The R side goes in when you're putting it back in. Because it'll fit either way, but it fits a lot better this way, and it works better this way. So yeah, R in, L out. I get all of that string out of here. It's good string. It'd be fine. I'll use it for something. Okay, so now we got our L. Don't put it in that way. Flip it around. You got your R, and it goes in there like that. Okay, nice and snug. And then you put this piece back on. The two indentions are like lower. It only fit one way. Okay. That's all there is to it. Then all you need is your handy dandy nice new line. Woo! I always keep some in my pocket when I'm working. I always have it in my pocket. Just when I'm working. That way, you never know when it's gonna run out. It lasts a long time. Sometimes I'll go 2 or 3 days or more without changing it. But sometimes if it's a big weed eating job, you might change it 2 or 3 times. You gotta line up this arrow and this extra notch here. There's an arrow. You gotta line that up with the hole. And you see how it can turn more or whatever? Line it up. If you can see, you can actually see all the way through the hole. See it? And then, then you just stick your string through there all the way. Pull it out the other side. Now I like to set the weed eater down. Grab each side of the string to get it the same length. You see? Nice and even, like you're tying your shoes or whatever. And then you just twist it. Grab a hold of the top part, and then with your other hand, you just twist it. And I guess I'm turning it clockwise. All the way. That's about where I like it. You see that? Ends up getting in the way with the... Now we need to fuel it up. Now, I like to do it at an angle, you know. If you do it like this, that's okay. but it'll spill a little easier when you get it full. If you do it like this, you can fill it all the way up. And you can see it. I always use the Lucas 2-stroke oil, and it's blue, so you can see the fuel line pretty good. Here it's coming. Here it comes. All right, that's good. All right, let's see if it starts. All right.
Safety first.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's come out here and try. First time ever starting this weed eater. It's dusty. I've been holding on to this thing for a while. All right, primer bulb. Press that in until you start to see gas. We got gas in there. I pressed it about 6 times. I saw gas after about the 3rd. Here, your little choke lever all the way up. Make sure your lever, that's stop and off. If it's on that, it won't run, so you got to have it up and on. Go ahead and you got to hold down this trigger to pull down this trigger, so hold them down all the way up. One big pull. Okay, I could tell by the way it sounded. We're gonna have to do another pull on the full choke. Okay, now we're gonna do a half choke. Put it in the middle, you know, between full choke and run. You see it, that's full choke. And then all the way down is run. So you just put it in the middle. Let's pull it again here. Now you flip it down to run. Let's go put it to good use. So here we are, now we're good. We're just got one job left for the day. It's a not very big one. So we're gonna go see how well this thing cuts. I'm gonna leave it strapless. I'll put a strap on later today.